They're in the first half of a doubleheader right now here at home. And it's a real barn burner. It's the end of the seventh, and it's tied 1 apiece. So that's the first of 2 today. 7:10 tonight is when the back half of that is scheduled, and you will hear that, of course, here on WMMS and on the iHeartRadio app. Hey, Joe in Philly, what's going on?
Yo, what up, guys?
Hey, how are you?
Mary, I'm doing well, thanks. Mary, have you been to Nashville?
Yes.
Okay. Have you been there since you were sober?
Yeah, I was just there in February.
Oh, my God, how dare you?
I know.
Why would you do that to yourself?
I know.
No, that's
honestly,
a trigger.
I was asking for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. All that country music and all that booze, you didn't touch it.
All those whiskey stops
Everything.
along the road. Mm-hmm. Oh, my God.
Oh, man. Have you been to a baseball game before?
I actually was just at a baseball game Saturday.
You are an insane person.
I know. I need to repent.
That's ridiculous.
See, I see what Joe's doing.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing it all the way from Philadelphia. But I see what he's doing. He's trying to assuage your issues there.
I was just in Nashville for 3 days. I drank enough for 3 lifetimes, Mary, so you're not missing anything. It'll be fine.
Well,
I'm getting to be a cheap date these days. It doesn't take me as much. I used to really, if I was going to go drink, I would go drink. And now it's just kind of like, I'll have a couple, I'll have a few.
A little head buzz.
Yeah, and I'm just like, that's okay.
I'm done.
Yeah, I'm fine.
I was with some young guns. I had to show off.
Young guns. Right. And how did you do, Joe? Did you avail yourself? Did you keep up with the kids?
He kept taking his shirt off and challenging people to wrestle.
Yeah!
I'll tell you now, right now, but a 2-second pin.
I'm here for the gangbang.
Look, I only did that once, no, I actually held my own. I impressed myself. I'll tell you that.
Impress yourself? That sounds like a difficult thing to do.
I do feel like a bag of shrimps. So
yeah. All right. Well, get some sleep. All right. Thank you. There's Joe in Philadelphia. And what are you going to do with that? Who knows? Let's see. Some other calls that have come through.
Hey, guys. The collarbone, I was listening to the show yesterday. The collarbone is a circuit breaker, so when you land on your shoulder, you don't break your neck. Fun fact. Love you. Bye.
That makes sense.
There you go. One of the amazing stories from Mary Santora's family vacations that her 3-year-old niece on the beach was completely upended.
Level.
Ass over tin cup by a golden retriever that was on the loose. Their dog, not a random beach dog.
Yeah.
And she ended up breaking her collarbone.
Yeah, she landed on her shoulder, so that makes sense. That would be the part that would snap. Because I was really worried about her neck, but her neck is okay.
And babies are also pretty malleable.
Yeah.
Like, that's something you've got in the plus column. Mm-hmm. They can still get hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can.
Hey, Alan, it's Victor here in Virginia. I hate to say it, but that Dustin guy is kind of an idiot. I mean, I don't know what else to say about it. He can go take a big old swallow of something else, if you know what I mean. All right. Bye.
Not a swallow.
Swaller.
A swaller. And Dustin's not an idiot. I would never call Dustin an idiot.
No,
He's never mean-spirited. He's got specific things to say.
When he was like, "You're fine. It's all right. You don't got to start over." Like, he was encouraging toward the end.
There you go.
That's usually how Dustin's calls go, I feel like.
Yes.
Yeah, he was nice.
Let me find it again. Hold on.
Swaller out of it.
And when I went to Mexico, we were on a catamaran, and I asked the guy for a Coke. And he brought it back. I took a big old swaller out of it, and I was like, uh-oh.
I took a big old swaller of it. All right. Wonder if Dustin's the same guy who, when that guy was making fun of me for talking about having my dad's voice on the Alexa? I wonder if Dustin's the same guy.
This is your father speaking from the Alexa.
Yeah, that's unfair.
I don't think
and
that
hurtful.
was him.
Oh, you don't think so?
That wasn't your dad?
That was not. Well, hold on. Let me.
Helen, this is your father speaking from the Alexa.
No, my dad was 77. He wasn't 177.
Okay.
Years old.
Mary, would you be interested in doing that with your dad's voice?
What, putting him on my Siri or Alexa?
Alexa is developing technology for you to use any recorded voice of a loved one. And
I think it would just make me cry. I think that would just upset me.
Yeah.
That it's fake. I don't know. Maybe it would be nice. But my dad, I would want it to sound, you know how like if you could do Samuel Jackson, it's MF this, MF. I would want them to use the same vernacular that my dad had.
I think that's the point with all of this artificial intelligence algorithms that they're working on.
The more audio you can play for them, the more accurate it will be. So
I don't know, man. That'd be kind of weird. I don't use an Alexa at home. Like I don't have, hey, Alexa, add that to my grocery list or whatever. So if anything, it would be Siri. So she'd be like giving me directions. Turn right, idiot. Like, you know, something like that.
In your dad's voice.
Great, you missed it. Now where the hell are you going?
this is the guy you miss, huh?
This is the guy I miss, yeah.
I was thinking of you because Gwen and I watched a movie on Amazon Prime. It's called Jerry and Marge Go Large. I don't know that they're even really promoting this that much, but it's very cute. It's Bryan Cranston, it's Annette Bening, and it's a true story about this retiree with an amazing gift for math. A retiree and his wife in small-town Michigan, about northeast of Grand Rapids. And they found a loophole in the Massachusetts lottery about 20 years ago, and they ended up making $26 million.
Dang.
They did nothing illegal. They exploited a loophole that he was able to figure out because he's so good at math. And it's a true story, and the cast is Rainn Wilson's in it. And
what's the loophole?
The loophole is that he said if you play a certain number of tickets, by the time it hits this certain jackpot, you'll win every time, like a cascading kind of thing.
Okay, got
right?
it, yeah.
And so with you being unable to gamble, you signed the sheet with the casino. You could still do lottery tickets.
I just can't win. I can't claim it.
But somebody else could claim
Correct.
it for you.
Yes, I could do that. That's kind of cheating. Why sign yourself up if you're going to find your own loophole?
I'm just saying,
You know?
I mean, people exploit these loopholes all the time, and I was like, there's nothing keeping... First of all, I didn't realize that you could play the lottery in another state.
Anywhere.
Like, can you? Like, these two would go to... They would drive from Michigan to Massachusetts. The beginning of the movie, the particular game that they're playing is everywhere. And then they just have it in Massachusetts. So a big part of this movie is they're driving 10 hours to go to Massachusetts twice a month, and they're buying like $40,000 worth of tickets.
But if you're winning that much money,
it doesn't matter.
Why not fly?
Because
or move there.
Because they're so frugal. Because the point of the movie is they use this money to revitalize their small town.
Aww,
right?
that's sweet.
Like the guy didn't even buy himself a new truck. I think maybe at the end they're like he finally bought himself a new truck. But they're just like salt of the earth people. Jerry and Marge Selby were the real people that this story is based on. There was an article because halfway through the film, like starts to throw up some flares, and the Boston Globe hears about it, and they write an article on it. Again, they're not doing anything illegal. They just found a loophole that nobody else found. A couple of kids from Harvard are, kind of thrown in for the mix. But I was like, I guess I didn't realize that you could, because the Powerball is already in most states, right? So you can play that in your state.
Yeah.
But I guess I didn't realize that you could go to another state, win their money,
And
which
go
is what
home.
that is, and go home.
Well, I've told you
You're
this.
paying for the tickets. I mean, I understand that.
You
But
don't have to live in the state that you play. I've told you this is like one of my crazy wild fantasies is that I'll be on the road in some small town, grab a lottery ticket, and then that's how I win the Mega Millions. I win like $460 million in some small Iowa town just because I was driving through.
It seems like that's how most winners get it.
Right.
It's never somebody who goes, I bought 20,000 tickets.
Or I play every single day. Or
Right,
this,
the
yeah.
same numbers.
Right.
It's always somebody who's like, I was on my way out and I tripped.
Right, yeah.
And I figured, well, I'll buy a ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did do a scratch off while we were on vacation, but I didn't pay for it. So I don't think that's gambling. Right? I didn't pay for
Justify
it.
it however you want.
No, I didn't pay for it. So I didn't gamble. I didn't gamble. My sister gambled her money, and I just scratched it off. I won.
It's Dustin.
Mayor, Dustin. I don't know why you don't just sit at home.
You're playing with fire.
That's right. You're going to swallow them nickels. Let me give you $1,000, a chance to go fuel yourself. Do whatever you want to with this money. I hope you win. Good luck.
The Buzzard wants you to go fuel yourself and score $1,000. Enter the nationwide keyword money at WMMS.com. That's money. Enter it now at WMMS.com. And good luck from Buzzard Radio.
I was reading about a dude who just won in South Carolina. He won more than $100,000. And he said that he got the strategy from a show on TLC. called Lottery Changed My Life. And he said the strategy that he saw was to spend $25 a week for 3 months playing the lottery. That doesn't sound like a strategy. That sounds like what a lot of people just do, right? $25 a week for 3 months? It's $300. Right. During the first week, he won $500. On the 7th week, he took home over $100,000.
Nice.
Good for him.
So he's like, I got this off of television. I don't even know how to play Powerball.
There are no strategies.
That's what I'm saying. Unless you find a mathematical loophole
right,
like
sure
Jerry Selby did
with after that guy.
Maybe.
You know? But everyone, I mean, I always played slots, and I still do watch slot machine channels on YouTube. And there's all these people in the comments like, what's the secret? How do you get it? Oh, this machine's cold. This machine's hot. You got to do this. After a bonus, you got to click it 3 times.
It's all gambler's mentality.
But none of it's real. Yeah. It's all just randomized and luck of the draw.
Sure.
But here's
this country loves fairy tales.
If you believe in the universe giving, like, remember when there was the Vax lottery thing?
Yeah, I was gonna win it.
And you're
I did. It's not my fault.
It's the universe is gonna. So how are you going to win if you don't play?
No, that is absolutely accurate. You cannot win if you don't play. I don't think.
But you think you're gonna win, and you're not gonna win now.
I don't think I'm gonna win.
You used to think you'd win all the time.
No, I know that. That's what addicts think.
I don't have a neighborhood watering hole that I go to, but when I was home for 2 weeks,
You don't have a watering hole in the bay?
We call it a water closet.
Yeah.
I spent more time at the bar restaurant near my middle brother's house because I was crashing at his house. I spent more time there than I've ever spent. Because we'd spend 12 hours a day at the hospital.
Yeah.
And then he'd go, let's go over here and we'll get something to eat and have some drinks or whatever. So I spent a lot of time there. Well, I forgot that in Illinois, everything is slots now. Every place is slots.
Oh, I didn't know that.
All you have to have is a liquor license. So you have he bought a hot tub for his wife for their 25th anniversary. He bought a hot tub for his wife. The hot tub place had a bar cart with a couple of tall boys on it. That's enough to get you a liquor license. And then just slots. Every place is slots in Illinois now.
Because they're money makers.
Yeah, but my thought is...
Those are your money makers in a casino.
But also... you make some money, but then some goes to the state, some goes to the gaming commission, whatever, so everybody gets a cut. But it feels like they're flooding the market. Like, if that many people, if you're putting slots in your goddamn hot tub showcase,
but it's not
how are people making money off this?
It's not about flooding the market. It's about, it's here. I'll throw $5 in.
Well,
that's what it is.
That's my point.
Yeah.
So I'm not that guy because my of the reverse gambler's mentality. My brain is I will always lose.
You're gonna.
That's my brain.
Yeah.
Right? The house always wins.
Yes.
Some people win. Anyway, my brother goes over. We're sitting there, we're eating breakfast one morning. I'm just tugging into some eggs or whatever. He goes, I'm gonna go over there and play. Puts $20 in, $461 he pulls out.
Hey, good for
him. You son of a bitch.
The universe.
If I had gone over there, I would have gotten I go, what's a buy-in on these? Like $3 or something? He goes, no, you can put nickels in if you want.
Yeah.
It's like, there's people who sit there and It's like, oh my God.
Also, gambling and the universe are not connected. That's rule
That's
number
the one thing that the universe isn't connected to,
right,
according to you guys?
Because it's mathematically manipulated by the system.
So what is the universe connected to then?
Fate.
You're saying
so
fate,
if you win
not
the
mathematically manipulated.
If you win the lottery, it's not fate.
No. It's chance. Fate and chance are different.
Mary, did you used to get scratch-offs for Christmas?
All the time.
Okay, I was just making sure because my mom.
I still give them I put them in people's stockings.
Yeah,
my mom used to do that. She did that a couple years in a row, and I just can't help but think I'm like, man, I wish I would have won something. Just because that probably would have made me a gambling addict. Just because.
No, you're too stingy to be a gambling addict. You care about money. There's two types of poor people. There's stingy poor people and there's generous poor people. You are a stingy poor person, which means your money is so important to you that your money is the last money that's ever going to get spent. So if you won $50, you would hang on to that $50 like it was the only $50 you had.
It depends on how bad I wanted something. Like gambling. I just feel like the odds are too not in my favor to try something like that. Mm-hmm. But if it's something I really wanted, I splurge on, food all the time, an OnlyFans account. So it just depends on if something is within my grasp that I can get right away. Mm-hmm. But I know my luck and I don't test it. So I don't think I would ever just win $50 and then, hey, let me put this right back into the machine. I would never do that.
No, you wouldn't.
I would never.
You would never have a gambling addiction. I don't believe that for 1 second. I don't think anybody in this room would ever, except for me.
Yeah, because
You have to not really care about money.
All I've thought
I bet you I could get one.
All I've thought
You
along
might,
the
yeah.
way was what I've always said is, for some reason, I think if there's anything I was going to get addicted to, it might be gambling.
It's a rush, man.
Because
when you start to win, it
you
starts
just
to feel
go,
good.
oh, this next one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really wired that way, but I'm also not like, I'm not a drug guy anymore. And the gambling thing, I'm like, yeah,
And
maybe.
it's fun. It's a form of entertainment. You're not messing up your body like you would with drugs or alcohol. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
A chemical...
You go to a casino, most of those people are in really good shape.
Yeah. They
Sitting
are.
there all day long at the
Kidding
slots.
me?
They're
Come
in
on.
great
My
shape.
dad weighed 486 pounds.
Getting all
Sorry,
that exercise.
386 pounds.
Somebody sent me a story from 2015 about dozens of people who played numbers off the same fortune cookie, and 110 people won a six-figure prizes in the Powerball. Yeah. Well, there's ways to do it.
Good
but
for them.
Al and I tried something like that. The Ohio Lottery publishes some statistics about common occurrence, so I did some data analysis. Played every combination of the most common numbers, and I didn't win anything.
That's what I'm saying. There's
didn't play it enough.
There's no rhyme or reason. You're not going to crack the code.
Mm.
You might
Or-
get lucky, go buy a scratch off, and you'll be fine.
Alan,
Just
my
do
son...
things that are fate, and then you'll get rich.
Somebody texted me that their son won one of those Vaxamillions for them to go to college.
Hey, good
Yeah.
for you.
Goes to the University of Toledo in pre-med.
Hey, that's nice.
Go Rockets.
I thought it was the Mud Hens.
That's a baseball team. That's
They don't have a baseball team?
That's
Every
Detroit's
time.
farm team.
Yeah, every time. Because I still think it's the Mud Hens. It's the Toledo Mud Hens.
The Toledo Mud Hens is the farm team for the Detroit Tigers.
Yeah.
Yes. That is not associated with the University of Toledo.
What's the University of Toledo's baseball team?
Rockets.
The Rockets. So you're saying it might be the Mud Hens.
Sure.
All right, well, okay. So UT Rockets, Toledo Mud Hens.
Got it.
Oh, boy. I'm never going to remember. Let me make myself a note so I can remember this. I got to take a break. If you want to text for something, 35192. You can get to us at alancoxshow.com, and you can listen anywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
The Alan Cox